So this week in reading and phonics, our vocabulary strategy is on suffixes. So last week we learned about prefixes. We learned that we have a root word and then we have something like a word part that goes in front of the word. And that's called a prefix. Now today we're going to learn that we can have a root word, but we can have a word part at the end of the root word, and that is the suffix. Okay? So, again, just like last week, welcome to the word puzzle convention.
Wow, that's a lot of noise.
We love puzzles.
I feel like we did it. Yeah.
And we love learning new words. And we did this exactly like this last week, but with prefixes. So it's very similar. Parts of words fit together just like pieces of a puzzle. So last week we talked about if we have the root word happy, if we put the prefix on in front of it. What does unhappy mean, Ingrid? Yeah, it means you're not. So the prefix on means not. You're not happy. Okay? Now, if we have our root word with a word part at the end, that is called a suffix. So if I add to this word, it means a person. So teach means to actually teach you something, you're learning something. But if I put teacher, that means a person who teaches. A person who teaches. Just like Raylan, I'm going to say you are a hard worker. So if I say you're a worker, you're a person who works hard, right? And if I say John, you might do this, I don't know if you are. Do you like to hunt, John?
Yeah.
If I say you're a hunter.
This year I'm going to.
Are you?
And it's my first time.
Sweet. If you're a hunter, John, you are a person who
Hunts.
Good job. Okay, now the root word, or sometimes we call it the base word, is the most basic part of the word. It has meaning and it can be used all on its own. Okay? So for example, happy is just a root word. John, please put that down. Teach is just a root word. And trust, just a root word. A basic word. Now,
I can't hear with this one.
can you, okay, take those out. Are you done with Mrs. Nyro?
Yeah.
Okay, borrow Mrs. Murphy's headphones and put a slip in your mailbox saying you need to get new ones, okay? Okay. Affixes at the back of the root word are called suffixes. So look guys, if I add something to the end of the root word, it is now called a suffix. So I have turn. If I add ed, that's the net of ed. You guys should all know. If I add ed to the word, turn. Raylan, what does it mean if we put ed? Like you already did it, right? It's in the past. So we've already talked about adding ed. That means net of ed, it already happened. It's in the past. Now today, one of the ones we're going to focus on is lead. And if I add ly, that says lead. Badly. And if something is badly, it's in a bad way. Right? In a bad way. Okay. So when we add these suffixes, it also changes the root word. Okay? So remember, in that bucket, honey. A prefix is at the front of the root word, and the suffix is at the back of the root word. And remember, do you guys remember this from last week? Mrs. Murphy said, use the alphabet to remember it. P comes before S. And one of you said, I don't remember who, but one of you said, hey, Q and R are the only two letters in the middle of P and S, right? But remember, P comes before S, so prefix is at the beginning, suffix is at the end. Now, when you add a prefix or a suffix to a root word, it becomes a new word. So last week we talked about like return means to turn again. And turn, if we add the ed at the end of it, that means that we already turned, right? We already turned. And remember, don't leave a space between these. Sometimes my second graders will write R-E, space, and then turn. Should they do that?
No.
No, put it right together, okay? All right, so, again, a suffix changes the meaning of the root word, and you have to understand the suffix and understand the root word, okay? So we have laughed, means the past tense. It already happened, because we added the ed, okay? All right, now let's get to our suffixes that we need to learn this week, okay? Adding a suffix sometimes changes the spelling of the root word. Guys, sometimes when you add a suffix, it changes the spelling, okay? So we have to be watching for that. Now let's puzzle out the meaning of the words by learning about suffixes. So this is our suffix for this week. Everybody look up here. Full. What do you notice about this suffix full? F-U-L. It means full of. Now, my second graders a lot of times will put the suffix full as F-U-L-L. Should we put two L's up for our suffix full? No. No. It's kind of weird. I think it's kind of weird. But when you put the suffix full, you only put one L, even though it means full of. Okay? That's just a weird rule we need to remember. So, forgetful. I sometimes feel like I'm forgetful. What is, if Mrs. Murphy's forgetful, what does that mean I am? What do you think, Addie?
You forget something?
Yeah, I'm full of forget. So, if you add full to the end of it, it means I'm full of, and then whatever your root word or your base word is. So I'm full of forget.
Miss Murphy, like, once, when I had to go to dance and, when we were heading to school, we had to turn around and get my dance bag, and another time I feel like my dad forgot his song.
Well, those were some forgetful moments, weren't they?
I forgot my
You were
tapes.
full of forget, right?
I forgot my tapes for dance one
Yep,
time.
that happens.
And
We
I
all
broke
forget
my
sometimes.
radar.
Okay, now, if you are thoughtful, what does that mean, Lewis, if you're thoughtful? You're full of thought. Good job. If you are truthful, Raylan, if you're truthful, what are you?
Like telling the truth.
You're always telling the truth. You're full of truth. So really, all you have to say is full of, and then the base word. Pretty easy. James left his book on the bus. He is very forgetful. So just like Addie was saying and Ingrid, they've forgotten stuff. I forget stuff sometimes. It just means you're full of, forgetting.
Oh my god. I thought that was a car.
Forgetful,
But my mom pulled up.
full of. Now, here's another suffix we have to learn this week, and it's ly. L-Y. The Y is going to make the long E sound, because Y does not have its own sound. So, ly is how it is done. Okay? So, slowly, like today in our Aesop fable, the tortoise and the hare, was the turtle slowly getting to the finish line? Yeah, he was doing it in a slow way, right? Did he still win though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Even though you're slowly doing something, like the tortoise, or the turtle, I was gonna say,
You're lucky that you
you still can finish strong.
And the lab was like, no, why did I lose from a slow little tortoise?
Yeah. Okay. What if you're kindly? Wyatt, kindly. What does that mean? You're doing it very nice. You're doing it in a kind way. So in a kind way. If you are doing something bravely, Carson, what does that mean? In a brave way. Good job. Brooklyn.
I'm Susan. I have to do everything first for my sister. She thinks it's because she thinks it's not safe, but it actually is. So I have to do it first, and then she actually comes out of the shower and does it. And why is there cobblestone over there? Oh, it's a thing.
I'll look at that later and I'll
Oh, that's the turtle and the rabbit.
Okay.
There's a little thing right there, and it's like
It's a rock.
scary.
I'll look at it and just
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
Okay, on to this next slide. It says the snail slowly slid across the path. So look how slow the snail is. He's doing it in
He's not
a slow
going that
way.
slow.
Slowly. It's how it's done. It's the way that it's done. All right, now I want to talk about this one because this is what we're learning in grammar this week. When we add a S to a word, it means more than one. So when I add an S to the end of cats or cat, it changes it to cats, and that means more than one. Or shoe. If I add an S, it means more than one
We
shoe.
all have shoes on.
Or book. If I add an S to the end of that, that is books. Okay? I bought 3 new puzzle books. When I add that S, it means more than one. Okay? Books, more than one, it's plural. All right. Quiz time. We're going to see if you guys can get these right. All right. What is the meaning of the suffix full? So I want you to look at the choices. Full of, less, or a person who? Libby? A person who? I don't think so. Elias?
Full of.
Full of. Remember, full means full of. So it should be a.
that.
All right, choose the correct suffix to complete the word. I ate 3 blank for lunch. Who knows how we're going to make peaches plural? It ends in a CH. We learned that in grammar yesterday. What do you think, Louis?
Huh?
How do you make it peaches?
E-C.
P-E-A-C-H.
C-H.
Then what goes next?
S. E-S.
Yes, because it ends in a CH. We learned that yesterday. Peaches. What is the meaning of the suffix S? So if I add an S to the end of the word, does it mean A, the quality of, B, more than one, or C, a person who? What do you think, Ingrid?
More than one.
More than one. You are right.
This one is the.
Choose the correct suffix to complete the word. This is just what we had this morning. The tortoise walked slow. Slow.
That's fast.
Are we going to say slowly, slow as, slow walk? That would be slow E. What do you think, Corla? Slowly. Good. And that means in a slow way. Good job. All right. What is the meaning of the suffix leave? Without,
Prefix.
how it's done, or more? John, what do you think? What is leave? B, how it's done? You are right. Good
Because it
job.
only has one prefix.
It only has what?
It has 3 words. The other ones have 2.
Let's see what it does if you get wrong.
Oh, we'll do it next time, okay, Lewis? Okay.